So I started the website as just a personal blog about a year and a half ago. It was during the election season, and I felt like women just didn't have a space online that was positive and empowering, and the media in general was just kind of a big mess. So I wanted to create a space that was just a good place to be. And so I started it for myself and for my friends and family to just have a place where you could read about women in the workforce who are just like kicking ass and doing good things. And then from there, it just kind of snowballed into what it is now. So that's how I started it, just kind of for fun for myself. A friend of mine, Marcus, actually, he called me and was like, you need to start thinking of this in a more business-minded way. You need to get a P.O. box, and you need to incorporate it as a business, and you need to start thinking about merchandise, and you need to start thinking about how you can monetize it as a business. So it's been kind of like a process that I've figured out as time went on. But again, I just started it thinking it would be a website that I would have fun on personally, and over time, I've learned how to make it into what it is now, I guess. So I work a full-time job in engineering, and I freelance for another company on the side, a couple articles a week, and then this I do pretty much every other moment of my day. And so it's been a lot of learning how to prioritize, learning about time management, and then I've brought on three employees actually, and I've learned how to manage them, and I'm definitely still learning. But yeah, just figuring out what was a priority in my life and figuring out what wasn't, and I can't say that I've mastered it, but it's a lot of work, and I don't really have a life right now. I think it's super important to highlight women positively and uplift women, and the thing that we try to strive for with Babes is not super biased. We try to be inclusive, we try to diversify, and we try to spotlight voices from all different types of belief systems and backgrounds, and that's something that I feel like is really hard to find, and so we're really striving toward that, especially in this political climate. I mean, someone I spoke of recently, her name's Tippet. She is someone who kind of grew in a pretty quick amount of time on Instagram into this, like, you know, Instagram phenomenon, I guess. She is a flight attendant for American Airlines, and she suffers with mental illness and depression, and she started her own little series by putting notes, like kind of post-it notes on the windows of her flights, and was just like leaving love notes for people, and she called it Words from the Window Seat. And on Instagram, people started sharing words from the window seat, and it became like this kind of viral thing, and she's been featured on all sorts of like national news publications, and she's had coverage on a lot of different channels, but interviewing her was kind of surreal. She was someone who I reached out to not knowing that I would get a response, and she was all about it. So her interview was just really funny and raw and real, and yeah, she's one of the ones that stick out to me. So our mission statement is each woman's progress is every woman's progress, and I think our whole platform is just to promote that message, and the end goal is to just bring awareness to working women, and to, I'm going to steal something that Mara said in the past, which is we want it to be an even playing field in the workforce. We don't want, you know, our message isn't like the future is female, you know, women are going to take over the world or the workforce. It's not like that. We just want there to be an equal amount of seats at the table. And so we want just to bring awareness to what women are contributing to the workforce, and just put them in a positive light. Just jump in, you know, stay consistent. I feel like so many people, including myself in the past, have had all these ideas and then started something and then just kind of lost it, whether that's just because you're busy or you weren't as passionate about it as you thought you were. But if you have a side hustle in mind that you really are like really passionate about and you're doing it for the right reasons, jump in, tell everyone you know, over promote it, overshare it, you know, make your circle of friends get invested in it, and be consistent with whatever it is. Practice all the time and be ready for, you know, risk-taking and failure and naysayers and everything that's going to come along with something that's successful. But definitely just, you know, jump in and yeah, just don't let it be something that's not a priority.